I mean, a quality solar panel in a domestic home power installation is warranted to maintain at least 80% of its output for 25 years.
Hello and welcome to another one of our Ask the Expert videos. We're Nigel and Jan and we're answering your questions about boat electrics. So today we got one about the output of solar panels. I've bought a catamaran that was in charter service for 6 years. It has several solar panels. The rated output on the specification sheet is 120 amps, but we are only seeing 40. Is this reduction to be expected after 6 years? So first of all, congratulations on finding a charter catamaran with solar installation. Unfortunately, solar is pretty rare on charter boats, but yeah. What's your take on that, Nigel?
Well, I mean, you have probably better knowledge of solar than I do, but first of all, the 120 amps is nominal. You know, that's developed in a lab under standard test conditions, so you're never going to see that. But 40 amps is, only a third of that. That's way down. But then, of course, we don't know what the conditions were when they got the 40 amps. Maybe the panels were shaded, maybe they're not at the right angle to the sun, and so on. So there's a lot of unknowns here. But in all probability, the panel output is substantially down, and the answer is. Should you expect that reduction after 6 years? The answer is no. I mean, a quality solar panel in a domestic home power installation is warranted to maintain at least 80% of its output for 25 years. We don't have those kind of warranties in the boat world, but we're using the same cells. So a well-built panel in the boat world, there's no reason why it shouldn't last 15 or 20 years as well and maintain close to 100% of its rated output. Our panels are 16 years old. And I'm still getting very close to their rated output. Yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, there might be some problems with the connections. Some cells are damaged. Shading is a big issue, of course. If you have like a part of the panel, like even just a few cells in a shade, I mean, you can expect a significant drop of output. So it's hard to tell from here. What you could do is basically just wire each panel. I mean, I assume you have several panels. To wire them individually and see how the output compares, and then maybe you find out, okay, there's a few bad ones. You will never get the rated output, but I think you can expect something like, I mean, at least half is something you should be expecting on a sunny day. So if it's and
well
without shading
than,
and other issues.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's way less than this, I mean, this is only a third. Yeah, there's probably some issues going on.
Aside from the fact that solar's been getting a whole lot cheaper quite rapidly, we've had some really interesting developments in terms of the controllers for solar. And now we've got boost controllers that can take a low voltage panel and boost it up to whatever we want, 12, 24, 48. And we don't need to get into the details of that right now, but the net result is that we can make significantly more efficient solar installations today than we could even 5 years ago. There's a lot going on in this world, which we address in our lessons, which is well worth getting into before you put a solar installation on the boat.
And also it depends on your controller. I mean, maybe your controller is like an outdated pulse width modification one. So especially if you have a lot of varying light conditions and shading issues, it's much better to have a proper MPPT one. So that's also one thing that you might want to look into. And I mean, the controller is probably even more important than the panel. Also, when it comes to charging your batteries, so that it has like a proper charging regime and not frying your batteries. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. And we actually have a lesson on solar and wind power in our as a bonus lesson to our Boat Electrics 101 course. We hope you check out our courses and learn about how to properly choose your equipment and install it. See you soon.